Okay, I think we're live. I'm gonna try anyway. Let me double check real quick. Are we live? YouTube isn't showing it yet. Not positive. Oh, now it's showing we're live. Okay, cool. Not sure if anyone even knows we're here. Not sure if there's a way on evmux to even tell how many people are watching the stream, but it is totally fine. So I will just have to rely on you guys being cool and telling me if you are here or not. But I think on here I can actually pull comments up on screen. So this should be good. I'm pretty sure. I will double check on the iPad end of things just so I can see viewer count. Just so I can see. Because I don't like that I can't see how many are in, if anyone. But anyway, let's check. Okay. So far, looks like just me, and that's okay. So, it is what it is. Let's see. Alrighty. So, what is that? Cool. So, alrighty. Well, since no one's here anyway, I can kill some time with just sharing how freaking fire my playlist I came up with this morning is. I feel like this is one of those things that I always want to share somewhere, but I never know where. But I was like, well, I suppose if I did these streams more often, I could include them here, but a lot of times it's the same handful of songs in different orders, but okay. But it depends on my mood on any given day. Like if I had done this Sunday like I was originally planning on, I had like my big bands one that I was doing. Today it's much more yacht rock centric, if that makes sense. So anyways, so we've got I started out with Pat Travers, Boom Boom Out Goes the Lights. Jump to the Bee Gees Tragedy because I have issues. And Barry Manilow's Can't Smile Without You. I love that my nephew is getting into Barry Manilow. When he came through Oakland a few weeks ago, he's like, hey, could you do me a favor? Could you go see Barry Manilow for me? I was like, bitch, if I had money to go see Barry Manilow, don't you think I'd be doing it on my own? But but I love that he's getting into him all on his own. Although I feel like I may have planted the seeds when he was younger without him even realizing it probably. But this was not a concerted effort. But that's all right. That's all right. So, let's see here. I used to play it at the or not the kitchen, dining room table while he'd be like drawing and stuff. And so he was hearing it and apparently absorbing and observing more than I gave him credit for, which is kind of cool. So I like that. So after that, I had Wings, Hi. I'm also getting him slowly but surely into Paul McCartney, taking the sneaky evil route with it, but I mean, whatever works, right? Then we have Peter Allen's The More I See You. I kind of just casually threw it out there to him this morning of, hey, just like, don't suppose you have any Peter Allen in that 8-track collection. You should keep an eye out for that. Okay, they do show in here. Sup? Oh, you changed your avatar. So I had him in there, Nick Lowe's Cruel to Be Kind, Todd Rundgren's Hello, It's Me. Since you probably missed it, what I'm doing is sharing my playlist that I made this morning that I'm very proud of, that I quite enjoyed listening to this morning. And Blood, Sweat, and Tears, You Made Me So Very Happy. Doobie Brothers, China Grove, Chicago's Does Anybody Really Know What Time It Is? 10cc's The Things We Do for Love, America's Sister Golden Hair. The theme from Arthur, because of course I include the theme from Arthur in fucking everything. We've got Toto's Africa, for the memes, of course. Bowie and Jagger doing Dancing in the Street, because of course. Doobie Brothers, Take Me in Your Arms, The Guess Who's Undone, Blood, Sweat, and Tears, and When I Die. King Harvest, Dancing in the Moonlight, Steely Dan's Hey 19. I leaned really into Steely Dan on this one, so I'm not apologizing for it. Wings, London Town, David Bowie's Young Americans, Doobie Brothers, What a Fool Believes, Barry Manilow's Jump Shout Boogie, The Eagles, Take It Easy, Maria Muldaur's Midnight at the Oasis. Thank you, whoever requested that in the karaoke stream and reminded me that song exists. Steely Dan's FM. I didn't know there was a movie for FM. My dad brought this to my attention. I'm now trying to seek it out, so there might be a review of that when I can track it down. Greg Kinban's Jeopardy! Wings with a Little Luck, Doobie Brothers Rockin' Down the Highway, Barry Manilow's Copacabana, because of course I include it. America's Tin Man, David Bowie's Let's Dance, Daily Dan Reelin' in the Years, Wings Good Night Tonight, Doobie Brothers Taking It to the Streets. I was very Doobies heavy too, I guess. Barry Manilow's Ready to Take a Chance Again. Because clearly I didn't have enough Dudley influence in there with Arthur's theme. I had to throw in the theme from Foul Play too. We've got Bluebird, we've got Orleans, Still the One, Steely Dan's Ricky Don't Lose That Number, which is my forever favorite of theirs. But let's see here. The colors really jump out at you on this platform. Well, it's not just the platform, but it's also this webcam now. It's a lot better than just using my phone like I used to. But I do like it. But I also like the background and the colors like it's set in here. I try to make it very colorful because, of course, I do. I was a 90s kid. I grew up with Lisa Frank. I want all the colors all the time. Anyway, so Guess Who's These Eyes, Wings Medicine Jar, Doobie Brothers Long Train Runnin', The Associations Never My Love. Yeah, I veered a little off course with that one. Shut up. Put in Band on the Run. Went back to the Arthur soundtrack with Poor Rich Boy. Steely Dan's Peg, Captain Tennille's Love Will Keep Us Together, Wings Let 'Em In, Doobie Brothers, Jesus Is Just Alright With Me, and then Tommy James and the Shondells, Crystal Blue Persuasion. And that was my playlist that I came up with today that I am so very proud of. And now you can see why. So now that we actually have a few people here, I can actually talk about topics that are like current. I am just, before anyone even brings it up, I'm gonna bring up the Roger Daltrey drama now, because I am just shaking my head at what the fuck is this man doing? I don't understand his logic. I mean, I kind of do with the move today. I think I understand exactly what's happening now, but yesterday, he was trying to backpedal and trying to rewrite the narrative of everything that went down with the Zach Starkey situation. He's like, I wasn't having a go at him, I was having a go at the sound guy. Really? Because if that were true, why would you fire Zach? Not once, but twice in a month. Shut the fuck up, Roger. Just like you make it worse every time you open your mouth. But then today, from NME, we have got Roger Daltrey nervous about making it to the end of the Who's farewell tour. The potential to get really ill is there. Bro, he is trying to find a way out of this tour already. It's clear he doesn't want to do it. Pete doesn't want to do it. They should just cancel the fucking thing, but they're not. But let me read it off to you, because, oh my god, I'm just shaking my head at, like, really right now? Roger Daltrey has shared that he is nervous about making it to the end of the Who's farewell tour, as he has the potential to get really ill. Doesn't anyone? Like, honestly, though. The iconic rock group are set to head out for their final run of US shows later this month. Dubbed The Song Is Over North American Farewell Tour, the name comes as a nod to the classic 1971 track, and the dates were announced at a secret conference, which also showcased rare memorabilia that ties the band to the US. No, it is a nod to the song that got Zach fired, but like, let's be so for real right now. Anyway, their 16 tour dates are set to kick off in Florida on August 16th and include follow-up shows in New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, New York, Los Angeles, Illinois, Washington, Nevada, and more across the next month. Now, frontman Roger Daltrey has opened up about the upcoming shows and said that he fears he won't make it to the end of the dates due to potential health concerns. Speaking to the Times, he shared how grueling the live shows can be and said that he hopes no voice issues arise, nor that struggles from a previous battle with meningitis will get in the way of him completing the gigs. Quote, it's grueling. In the days when I was singing Who songs for 3 hours a night, 6 nights a week, I was working harder than most footballers, he shared. I sincerely doubt that claim, but alright, go off. Quote, I'm going to be 82 next year. Fortunately, my voice is still as good as ever. I'm still singing in the same keys, and it's still bloody loud, but I can't tell you if I will still be there in October. There's a big part of me that's going, I just hope I make it through. Bro just wants a way out. He added that his battle with meningitis 9 years ago left him with long-term effects, which still make it difficult for him to regulate his body temperature and perform in warmer conditions. Quote, it's done a lot of damage. It's buggered up my internal thermometer, so every time I start singing in any climate over 75 degrees, I'm wringing with sweat, which drains my body salts, he added. The potential to get really ill is there, and I have to be honest, I'm nervous about making it to the end of the tour. Later in the interview, Daltrey spoke about whether these final tour dates mark the last ever live performances from the rock veterans. This is certainly the last time you will see us on tour, he said. As to whether we'll play one-off concerts again, I don't know. The Who to me is very perplexing. Not the word I would have used there, but I mean, yeah, he's not wrong. Explaining why they were heading stateside for the farewell shows, Daltrey said in May, the warmth of the American audiences over the years have been inspirational to me and reflect the feeling I remember getting after hearing the first rock records coming across the radio. Musical freedom! Rock gave us a feeling of generational rebellion. To me, America has always been great. The cultural differences had a huge impact on me. This was the land of the possible, he added. It's not easy to end the big part of my life that touring with The Who has been. Thanks for being there with us and look forward to seeing you one last time. Bro. He is so looking for an easy way out of this. Puddle's pity party doesn't have any problems with the heat. Yeah, and he's dressed up in like full bodysuit as a clown, but he's also a lot younger than Roger, to be fair. To be fair. Um, I mean, I kind of get what he's saying because I'm way younger than him, and yeah, about 75. I also am wringing with sweat, doing nothing. So I was like, yeah, it's kind of not full of shit on that regard, but it does look like he's looking for an easy way to bounce on this and not get sued. Because if it's health issues, can't get sued for having to cancel because of health issues, right? It's not breach contract if his health failed, right? Which I don't know how much that would hold up, but you never know. But anyway, I don't know. I'm just shaking my head every damn time this man opens his mouth anymore because it seems like he just keeps making shit worse every single time. But then again, maybe I'm just being a hater. I don't know. I don't know. So anyway, next topic. Has anyone seen how much Gen Z is freaking out over celebrity age gap relationships lately? Because, oh my god, I am laughing so fucking hard at this and the way that they're trying to frame it. Like, the first ones I saw them, like, really going at was the one I found the weirdest that they're taking issue with. The Pam Anderson and Liam Neeson one. It's like, I'm sorry, Pam Anderson is 58, Liam Neeson is 73. These are two very much grown-ass adults. Nobody is being groomed in this situation. What the fuck? I just really, really right now. That's the card you're gonna try. Like I remember back in the day, like age gap relationships were always a thing, right? But it used to be even when I was growing up, if anything was being judged in those, the woman was the one being judged, not the man, because they were judging her for being probably a gold digger. And I mean, they're kind of also not wrong, but like this, they're both very much grown. She's middle-aged, he's like elderly. Like, come on now. Like, no one is like manipulating anybody into this. I just what? Katy Perry and Justin Trudeau, another one where it's like, okay, they come from two very different backgrounds here. Like, one's a politician, one's a failing pop star. I said what I said, and I'm not sorry. But she's 40. I think she'll be 41 later this year. I don't think she's had her birthday yet. I used to be a fan. I kind of am quickly, I don't know, the more that I'm seeing, the more I am kind of getting disgusted. But he's 53. So that's only like a 13-year age gap. They are, again, both very much grown-ass adults. No one's, like, barely legal here, so, like, I don't understand. That said, is it a weird as shit pairing? Fuck yeah. I mean, like, I don't see this working out for anybody. I think at this point, Katie's just floundering for anybody since she fumbled it with Orlando Bloom, but whatever. The one they maybe have a little bit of an argument with. I don't personally agree with it, but I mean, you can at least have maybe a better shot of trying to claim one. Tom Cruise and Anna de Armas. 'Cause Tom Cruise is 63 and she's 37. So I mean, again, I make the argument they're both grown adults, they know what they're doing. Like, no one's using anybody here, I don't think, but oh boy, like, if you read through fucking Twitter, my brain melts every time I do, and yet I keep going back because apparently I just am a glutton for punishment. I don't know. But yes, thoughts, if anyone has them. If not, we'll just move right on. So I'm like, it's not that important. It ain't that deep. It's all good. But anyways, I'll give you guys a minute to respond if you want. Otherwise, we'll cruise. I assumed there'd be more people here than this, but I mean, it is middle of a work day in the middle of the week. Like, some people are on lunch break, but otherwise, I don't think anybody's checking my channel, and that's fine. I really meant to be on way earlier than this, is what it is. But anyways. Okay, I guess we don't really have anything to add, so fine. What are we all thinking with the Sydney Sweeney thing? I'm kind of just knocking out all the topics that I wanted to talk about, but I don't have enough to justify making a whole ass video for each one of these, so we're just gonna go through all of them here. Call it a day, you know? So, anywho. So, for those who aren't terminally online, Sydney Sweeney did an ad for American Eagle, right? And, I mean, they were kind of being cheeky in the way they went about it, saying how Sydney Sweeney has good genes. Like, genes that you wear, genes that you inherit. Like, both kinds apply here. Whatever. But, and how they're passed on through generation after generation. She has good genes. By the way, my genes are blue. So it was like at the very end, she made sure we're talking about the clothes, not the way she looks. Now, the internet lost its fucking mind over this, as they so often do. And I'm just like, are we really at this point in society where this is what you're all going to freak out over? This mid woman at best, like going like she has a nice body, I'll give her that, but like her face is weird. I said what I said, and I'm not sorry. I am aware my face is also weird. She at least is famous for hers, so whatever. I'm just a hater. So anyway, so if anything, they're talking about pretty privilege, but the internet being the internet and the left being the left decided to turn this into a racial thing. And oh my god, she's blonde with blue eyes. It's a neo-Nazi dog whistle. Ah! It's like, oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? Her initials are literally SS. It's like, she can't help her fucking initials. Like, I swear to god. Yeah, I'm so sure her parents literally did that on purpose. Like, do you listen to yourselves? Like, nah, this is not the intention. But oh, because over the weekend it came out that she is in fact a registered Republican, they are losing their frickin' shit over it. And like it was totally intentional, and oh my god, this is exactly how Hitler came to power. It's like, no, oh my god, this is not. And the name of that company is American Eagle. Oh my god. I'll be honest, I didn't even know that brand still existed until this drama. I haven't thought about them since the 90s. So, credit where credit is due. They found a way to get people talking about them again. You know, you gotta give them credit for that. Like, free advertising. I don't think this is what they intended. I don't think this is how they thought any of it was going to be interpreted. But it is what it is. So I'm just like, are you for fucking real right now? And just watching the parodies of that ad, I think it's been my favorite part because they're so unhinged. They're so unhinged. It's like, dear God, really right now. Oh, I literally just now realized apparently there is a spot at the top of the page that shows me how many viewers are here. Cool, cool. Anyways, hand in hand with the Billie Eilish drama too that happened I think last week or over the weekend, sometime fairly recently. She did a show in Ireland and made a not very well thought out comment. Again, I don't think this is her intention of what she meant, but the way people took it, because, you know, the internet's gonna internet. She said, "It's so refreshing looking out into an audience and seeing a whole audience of people that look just like me." Because she's Irish, like, not because. But of course, the internet's taking it as, "Oh my god, she's a white supremacist!" It's like, no, she's fucking not. Calm down. But, like, y'all make my brain hurt. Like, fucking hey, are you so for real right now? I can't with any of you idiots. I fucking can't. Like, and they're wanting her canceled just like they want Sydney Sweeney canceled. Oh, going back to that one, did you see the teary apology video she made over it? It's like, dude, do not apologize right now. But it's like, there are certain individuals who kind of are outing themselves as actually probably being the way they're accusing her of being her. Like, I wouldn't have even bought these jeans, but just because it pisses off the libs, I'm gonna buy 5 pairs. It's like, those are the people you should be keeping an eye on. They're the ones who probably actually are. You know what? So, anyway. So yeah, people being stupid, as usual. Then we've got the Corporation for Public Broadcasting shutting down thanks to Cheeto Man. Yep, PBS and NPR are officially endangered. They're essentially on life support now. Now, here's the thing. People took the one being defunded as immediately meaning that, oh my god, PBS is shutting down my childhood. CPB is not the thing that gave them all of their funding. It was a portion of it. It was a portion of it. But it was not all of it. If they can make up the difference, they'll be fine. Now, whether or not they can make up that difference, I mean, they always do those pledge drives all the damn time because it seems like they're constantly floundering for cash, especially in what's probably us leading into a recession right now. But if they can somehow, some way make up that difference, they'll be just fine. People need to sit down and take a breath. It does not automatically mean that Big Bird has been murdered. But on the other hand, the people who are far right, who are like, yeah, this is such a win, fuck the libs. It's like, no, you are not. This is not the ownage of the libs that you think it is. Because the only people who are really going to be hurt for it are the people who are mostly like in rural areas who don't have access to cable, who don't have money for streaming. They rely on those public channels. So they will be hurt the most by this if it does go under. Therefore, you're not hurting the libs, you're actually hurting your own, but go off. Hey, Beetle Eddie. Sup? But anyway, yeah, I just found it comical over the weekend that this is apparently where we are at as a society. I'm like, yet again, things that make my brain hurt. People. Too peoply out there. But also right up in there with things that, like, I cannot open YouTube without just my entire feed being blasted with videos about this. And I don't have enough to say to give it its own video, but we can do a stream where we talk about it. The Gen Z stare. Oh my god, if I never heard the phrase the Gen Z stare again, it would still be too soon. So what is the Gen Z stare? Oh, Matt Masterson, hello. Sup? Just stopping by. Yeah, I probably won't be on real long anyway, because I'm kind of very quickly rattling down my list of topics, and nobody's really jumping in saying anything to have a conversation with, so it is what it is. But anyway, the Gen Z stare is that look that you get usually in customer service, but I mean, can also just be like with your kid or whatever. When somebody says something incredibly stupid to them and they don't even acknowledge it with a response, they just kind of give you that look like they want to say, are you fucking for real right now? But they can't get away with saying that, so they just stare at you. And people are like, it's so rude. But what gets me the most, the people who are talking the loudest about this are my fellow millennials. You all are freaking letting me down right now because for as much as you're like, I'll never turn into a boomer, it's like, well, right now you're sounding awfully boomery because this kind of sounds like the way they talked about us not that long ago, and you're just wanting to pass it down another generation, is what this is sounding like to me. But I have like a few theories on the Gen Z stare. One of them being, they kind of like got screwed out of a lot of socialization with the pandemic, right? They were locked down, they were kept away from other humans, they kind of forgot how to interact with people. They're glued to their phones. Let's hear. Actually, it sounds kind of effective. I mean, it is effective. It is. Like, it gets a point across. I gotta give it its dues for that. But it's one of those things where because they kind of lost the whole social norms thing, stuff that everybody was like, well, now they're in like customer service jobs and they aren't doing customer service right. It's like, no, it's not that they're not doing right. It's just evolving as people do. Like what everyone interprets as the customer service voice and service with a smile. Yeah, well, sorry that we might be moving beyond that, but I'm not saying it's the right answer in every situation. I am not. But I have also been the person who worked in food service for a couple of years, and even though I'm not Gen Z, I probably gave that Gen Z stare more than a few times, and I did have people give me shit for it. Like the one time, like the one that stands out rent free in my head is the lady that, like, I literally asked what size of a pizza crust she wanted, right? And she said, the little one. Now, I had been there all day at that point in time. And every time I had grabbed the actual smallest one that day, they said, no, 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 not that one. The little one that's not the big one. So the medium. Okay. So by that point, I had just kind of gotten into this group and was grabbing the medium. I'm like, and just asking, this one? And almost every last one of them said yes, except for this chick is like, no, I said the small one. Do you not understand English? And, okay, so you do mean this one here. Yeah, and I want to talk to your manager because you're rude. I'm like, what? How is that rude? I don't understand. Like, please explain. And I did have that moment of just the stare before I did, in fact, go get the manager. I was like, that's fine. You can go talk to her. And I'm thinking you'll have a way worse time with her, or she'll actually be rude to you, but whatever. But I didn't say it. I'm thinking it the whole time. But it's like, I understand where they're coming from. You also have to factor in how many of Gen Z now have all been diagnosed with autism, right? Again, I'm also there. But like, so that kind of spaced out look is kind of just a thing a lot of times. So you can't help it. It just kind of is how it is. Um, but there's like all sorts of different reasons for that look, and none of them are mutually exclusive to being Gen Z. So I'm just like, yet again, for as much as they're taking issue with a stare, a non-verbal stare, I personally take far more issue with the people who are going full Karen mode and making issue out of the fact of a stare being somehow rude. But okay. So, anywho. That aside, I'm already nearly at the end of my list. Holy shit, we've only been on for like a half hour. Well, it is what it is. So, anyway. Has anyone looked into the King of the Hill reboot yet? It just hit Hulu yesterday. I haven't rude. Very rude. We'll wait. Let's see here. Oh, you mean the Wednesday movie look? Yes! That is the look. That is exactly the look of which I am speaking. Oh my god, why are both of my phones ringing right now? Holy shit, what is happening? Well, I'll turn that one off. We have to wait for the other to stop, but wow, okay. And no one's even there after all that. That's great. Anyway, so the King of the Hill reboot, like, I have to admit, I was so excited about this because of all the different Fox cartoons. King of the Hill was my very, very, very favorite one because it wasn't all snarky. It was just a down-home family who love each other. Are they a little dysfunctional around the edges? Sure, but they don't all hate each other like most of the shows on Fox seem to be. So it always just kind of resonated with me like that. Hank Hill reminds me a lot of my own dad, so it's just like, even though he's not from the South, but just if my dad were a Texan, he'd basically be Hank Hill. So I always liked it. Gutted me when they canceled that, right? So hearing they're bringing it back, I both had like this level of, oh, please don't let them bastardize it. Please don't let them make it woke. Please don't let them ruin this. So seeing that yesterday was the day that it dropped, I was busy most of the day. Otherwise, I probably would have binged the whole fucking thing, right? But I did watch the first episode last night before I went to bed. And I have to admit, so far anyway, I'm still on pins and needles. Like, it's only the first episode. They still might fuck it up. But so far anyway, it does feel like they've fairly accurately captured the vibe of the original show. They did change some stuff to reflect the updated times. Like they explained the time skip of I think it's only supposed to be a 10-year gap though, as being that Hank and Peggy moved to Dubai for 10 years to sell propane. Why Dubai? I don't know, but that's where they went. And in that time, a lot of shit went down. Bobby grew up. He apparently opened his own freaking restaurant. I'm like, the fact that I freaking was sitting there emotional and crying over a fictional character thriving in adulthood, like, I have issues, but I'm actually excited to see the rest of it and see what all they do with it. I'm still curious to see what are they going to do with like Luann and Lucky, because both Brittany Murphy and Tom Petty are both gone now. So are we writing out the characters or are we recasting them? Because like with Dale is still there, but it's a different voice actor now because he died too. I think John Redcorn's voice was the same guy, but now if they do another season, they'll have to recast him because now he also died. Because I think like shortly before the new season debuted, I think there was like an incident where the guy who did the voice of him got shot down. So that's a whole thing. Here, sort of the relationship between the Bundy. Yeah, that. They were like one of the most dysfunctional ones. I mean, Family Guy comes to mind, Simpsons come to mind. It's like there's a lot of spitefulness that is off-putting to me. It's like there's enough negativity in the world. If I'm sitting down to watch something like this, I'd like a little bit of a reprieve from it for a little while, you know? It's like, not saying that I never watched those things, because obviously I did along with everybody else, but the ones that really gel with me are the ones that have a lot of heart to them. So, but anyway, with the reboot so far, anyway, I'm liking what they're doing. I mean, I'll leave it up to you guys. You want me to do like an episode by episode review of the new season? Because I could do that. It'd be very easy for me. There's only 10 of them. It's only 10 of them. Or do you want me to just do one collective review of the whole season? I feel like I tend to flounder when I do those. I'll have to take like really good notes if I want to do it that way. But I will leave that up to you guys because you're the ones who watch me. I'm just the one who makes the content. So I'm up for whatever. But all I'm saying is that I was very stoked to see it come back and that they have not ruined it so far anyway. So far. Let's see. Yeah, it'd be cool to do a recap. Yeah, I think so. It's just a matter of which way am I doing that recap? Full season or episode by episode like I like to do. So let me know. So apart from that, not a whole shit ton else to say. I mean, kind of piggybacking off that video I made a few days ago about that AI slot book. Okay, I would rather you watch the Young Sheldon show, do a recap of that. That's a show where, again, like, I actually did watch all of Young Sheldon as it aired, by the way. So this isn't even, like, first time viewing it if I do one of that. But, I don't know. It's another one of those shows where part of me kind of wants to do an episode by episode thing. I don't know if anybody's even that interested to watch it if I make it. So there's a lot of shows like that that I'd very much like to do that way. Like Crazy Ex-Girlfriend is another one I feel very strongly about wanting to do that way, but I don't know if anyone would even watch it if I create it. I'd like to do Gem and the Holograms that way, even though I am positive no one would watch it other than people who've got that 80s nostalgia for that show like I do. BoJack Horseman, another one. It's like I think I did or I tried to do season recaps, but it's not the same, you know? I mean, there's so many shows I'd like to do that way, but I don't know if the audience is there for it. But I mean, I'm down to make it anyway. What's the worst that could happen? No one watches it? Like, I waste my own time. Big whoop. Am I really out anything if I was gonna watch it anyway? Like, that's why I'm like, I mean, I don't mind doing it that way. I just don't want everyone to feel like I'm just spamming the shit out of them with 10 zillion videos all the time. Like I already do. But anyway. But piggybacking off of that AI slot book, I realized I probably should have included in there somewhere. It was late when I made that video. For as pissed as I was at getting duped for that one being AI, I did also buy one that was legit at the same time that is also Liza-centric, so I mean, I shouldn't be totally bitchy about it. So I got Colored Lights, 40 Years of Words of Music Showbiz, Collaboration, and All That Jazz by John Kander and Fred Ebb, who are the people who wrote most of her music. And not surprisingly, the photo section in here, virtually every photo in here is just Liza. She was their favorite one to write for, which is why this was even on the map. Once I found out this existed, I was like, oh god, yeah, I need that in my collection, like, now please. So, I still need to finish Moon Unit's book. I started it, oh yeah, last year around this time, and I keep coming back to it, but I can only read it in short little bursts with that particular book, which is so unlike me, because normally I'm like a huge book nerd. But that one, the style of how it's written, there is so much that she just throws at you. Boom, 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 boom. It feels very ADHD, which I get, but it's also breakneck jumping from one thing to the next. It's like, I'll read a chapter and feel physically exhausted by how much ground we have covered in one chapter. I keep just having to set it aside. And those chapters are fucking short, by the way. So there's a lot of them, and I'm still having to just set it down after like one, maybe two tops at a time. Because it's a physically exhausting book to read. I enjoy it. I like it. I enjoy hearing all the anecdotes that she has to share, but it's just a lot to throw at somebody in that writing style. Especially someone else reading it who also is ADHD. I'm like, holy shit. This is giving vibes of like that one book that I got commissioned to read. Oh god, what the hell was it even? I don't remember the title of it, but it was one that was, oh god. Let me go back. I'll find the title. It may have been one of the last ones I reviewed a year or two back. Except the difference was that one was boring as shit, and that's why it took me forever, versus this one that's very interesting, but it's exhausting. So let me see. Come on, load, you bitch. Not those. Oh, I forgot about the Debbie Macamur ones. I forgot I was like trying to review all the Debbie Macamurs. Oh yeah, whoops. What's it? The Women of the Berlin Salon? No, that doesn't seem right. Why am I not even remembering reading these? What the fuck? It was, no, I guess it was the Women of the Berlin Salon. Okay. But that one just took what felt like years to read. It wasn't years in reality, but it felt like years. And this one, for entirely different reasons, is like that. No, I do not. Jesus Christ. If I did, it would be the most boring OnlyFans ever with no nudity in it. And I would just be reading dirty fanfics and seeing how long I could last without laughing. And be a if you laugh, you lose challenge. If I could get away with it on YouTube, I would do it here because I would be fully clothed. I have no interest in anything with nudity. Please and thank you. Anyway. But yeah, so the Moon Unit book has to be finished first, but I don't know, depending on how long that takes me, this might be next. Or if it takes long enough, it might be Liza's book next. Because, I mean, that comes out in March, and I'm like, we are quickly losing ground here. It is already August again. So, I mean, that's what? September, October, November, December, January, February. That's 7 months. I can slog through it in 7 months. I can do it faster than that. I just have to put in the effort to do it. But, yeah, so this will probably be next. But, so I picked this up at the same time as that. I also, because I am me, And because I didn't know these existed, and I thought that is amazing. Hey man, I was born in that freaking hospital bed, okay? But Oregon Trail Choose Your Own Adventure books. I did not know these were a thing that existed. I needed them in my life. This was non-negotiable. I now own them. So forget what I said about this being next. I guess these will be next. Actually, I forgot that I had those right there too. God, I was actually just counting through this with Kimmy the other day. She's like, interesting question. How many versions of Oregon Trail do you think you've had in your life? If you count everything. So I sat there counting them all out, and I'm like, I think, honestly, about 31 versions at this point. She's like, and you are still not burned out. I'm like, no, my autism knows no bounds. You don't understand. So that is a whole ass thing in and of itself. But I'm sure no one else on the planet gives a single shit about, except for, my generation, who all seem to be in this chokehold with Oregon Trail. Speaking of, I also have the board game version of it, which I got her to play with me over the weekend while she was here. So, I mean, there's that. She can give me shit for it, but I mean, she's invested enough to play it with me anyway. And she's like, she enjoyed the Wii version of it so much that she's like, oh, there's no like whipping the oxen action in this. I'm like, no, it's a board game. I also have a card game version. Actually, I have a couple of card game versions of it. One is like specifically the hunting mechanic for it. The other is just like the whole trail as a card game. I also have the unhinged one on pre-order on its way, where like it's pretty bad when its tagline is "You will all die." It was like, Jesus Christ. Like I can't tell if they're trolling or not, but I also kind of need it for reasons. For reasons, because if it's Oregon Trail and it exists, I need to have it. Because of course I do. Anyway, hold up. Ooh, I think I have like a hell of packages here that I need to go get, so I should wrap this up real fast. But actually, yeah, the other thing I was gonna show, I will keep that for whenever I do the next stream. Do I play Farmville? Not anymore, but I did back in the day when it was like really popular on Facebook. So the Zynga building, the company that runs Farmville and all of those games, I have actually been there. It's in San Francisco. But that one actually wasn't even my favorite of the Zynga games. My favorite one was Pioneerville because it was a lot more Oregon Trail-y. So anyway. I was gonna pad this out to an hour, but I want my packages, and there's like 20 of them downstairs. Don't ask. It's a long story. But anyway, yeah, thank you for hanging out with me. There will definitely be more of these because I paid for a whole year of evmux, so I want to get my money's worth. So anyway, thank you, and I shall see you next time.